What's up everyone? So usually if you want a good camera drone, you have to shell out a pretty good amount of cash. Well, what if you don't want to? And that's why today with us we have the Ekine E58, and this quadcopter goes for only $65. So let's see what's up with this thing. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the drone does indeed fold up, which is really nice for storage and traveling with it, and the whole thing fits in the palm of your hand. While holding it in your hand, you'll also notice how light this thing is, coming in at 96 grams. And this isn't really a surprise as the construction isn't super solid. Everything is made from pretty cheap plastic that scuffs insanely easily. But after crashing it quite a few times, it hasn't broken, so that's good at least. Also, I am liking the design. Oh wait, never mind, it's almost an identical copy of the DJI Mavic Pro Mini, and funny enough, it looks like the company is perfectly fine calling it a clone. Now there's lots of interesting stuff to cover, but let's get to probably the thing you all care most about, that camera. You are able to manually change the angle at which the camera sees, which is nice, but I think that's where the nice stuff stops. The listing for this drone claims it has a wide angle camera capable of 1080p, so full HD, and I don't really want to be too critical because this is a budget drone at the fraction of the price of other camera drones, and you get what you pay for, right? But what I'm not a fan of is false advertising. No way in heck is this 1080p. Looks more like 480. The video isn't that detailed and is super blocky. You definitely won't be getting any cinematic drone shots that you can show off, but it is functional. Within the app, which I'll talk more about later, it's a lot of fun to be able to see whatever your drone is seeing in real time. So as far as just being a feature that improves use, it's pretty cool to have. Moving on to the controller, this thing is extremely lightweight and cheap, but it works. You've got your two joysticks for turning and changing your altitude, as well as buttons on the front and top of the controller. With these, one can correct drift, auto takeoff or land, activate headless mode, have the drone return to the controller if it's within 10 feet, and change the speed. Also, if you press in the right joystick while in trick mode, it'll do a little side flip. Something annoying though is that the controller will beep non-stop while the drone is in headless mode. This thing is also powered by 3 AAA batteries, and speaking of batteries, the battery life on the drone is between 7 to 9 minutes, which is fine. It's more fun with multiple batteries. Anyway, the cherry on top of everything is the fake antennas on the controller, which are clearly just random pieces of plastic. Love it. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate the name of this thing? The Emotion Drone. That's deep. The bottom of the controller also slides out to hold your phone, and I could barely fit my iPhone 11 Pro Max in there. The companion app adds some features and unlocks the full potential of the drone. From here, like I said, you have a live feed of the drone's camera, and you can do a bunch of other stuff. Take pictures and videos, view previous pictures and videos, straight up control the drone, and more. Using this drone with the app is always pretty much a must. Included in the box, you of course get the drone, the controller, guardrails, extra propeller blades and a screwdriver, a charging cable, some literature, between 1 and 3 batteries depending on the version you get, and a carrying case which also depends on the version you get. More on that later. The carrying case isn't bad, and it's useful for keeping everything in one place. The guardrails, on the other hand, are whatever. They do help protect from crashes, but they fly off so easily. I just lost mine instantly on like the first flight. One thing that's actually really cool is how high/far you can fly this quadcopter. The claimed distance for flying it is between 80 and 100 meters, while the FPV mode, where it's connected to your phone, can go up to 30 meters. I'm impressed with how far you can actually go with this. The drone can also reach pretty good horizontal speeds, but ascending and descending from large heights can take quite a bit. One gripe I do have is that it's always drifting. Basically, you adjust everything so it stays still when you're not controlling it, but then after about 15 seconds of flying, it's back to slightly drifting off in one direction. It's pretty easy to correct, but if you want it to be consistently flying at its best, then you will have to correct it quite often. Also, due to how lightweight this drone is, it also gets carried by the wind quite a bit, which can be annoying. Besides all that though, flying this drone around is very fun. If you get the drone with no carrying case and only 1 battery, it'll cost you about $44. With the case is an extra 10, and for each battery it's an extra $5 to $6. So if you get everything like I have here, the total comes out to $65. There is also other options with lower camera quality, but seeing as the video already doesn't look that great, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. All in all, for a budget camera drone, this thing isn't that bad. It flies pretty well and has good range, some useful features. The construction of everything is pretty cheap, but at least it's held up in my case. And overall, the video you're getting isn't anything to write home about or go sharing, but it's definitely a lot of fun to have and look at while flying it around. Now that the main portion of the video is done, it's story time. So a few days ago, before filming the video, I actually lost a drone for a bit. I basically just went super far, super fast. I couldn't tell which way the drone was facing. Headless mode wasn't working for some reason, and it just disappeared into a nearby forest area. I instantly put on my detective hat and went to work. I was filming when the drone went out of range, so I had a general idea of the direction it went. Then I kept track of the Wi-Fi signal coming from the drone because the stronger it was, the closer I was getting. Once I was close enough, I was able to access the video feed and saw a tree and the sun glaring into the camera a little bit, which gave me some more clues. And then with this info and keeping track of the Wi-Fi signal, I was able to eventually find the drone. The end. Thanks for watching. The link to this camera drone is in the description below. As well, don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.